What's going on, guys? It's Jim here, bringing you a little bit of a Fortnite gameplay commentary. This is 3 games that I won recently. Been winning a lot of Fortnite games recently. I'm really enjoying Fortnite right now. I'm enjoying the pickle bucks or the dill bucks, whatever the hell they're called. Having a lot of fun camping in vaults and waiting for people to show up and ruining their day. I'm really enjoying hitting people with Sabrina Carpenter emotes. I'm having a ball right now, frankly. This is a lot of fun. And these were just 3 random games that I won recently. I think all of these, if my memory serves, are all 2v1 clutches at the end. In different ways. I think one's a solo game where it's obviously it's a 2v1, right? You're solo, but the other 2 I'm with my duo Spencer, and he does not make it, unfortunately. But otherwise, a lot of fun in Fortnite recently. And I just kind of wanted to make a video. I don't know, man. I was following this guy recently that was making these videos, and he was just like a dude that worked at a 7-Eleven. Shout out to this guy. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but if anybody sees this video and knows his name, put it in the comments below. I'd appreciate it. But he'd make these videos where he was just kind of like living his life, dude. Like just kind of vibing, working at 7-Eleven, being positive, whatever, having a good time. And everybody was loving the content. Everybody was like, yeah, man, like, this is a really good attitude to have about things, and, keep making content that you enjoy, and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, wow, like, this is super positive and, like, really cool to see somebody that's not really, like, worried about algorithms, not really worried about, like, making a particular kind of content, not making something that's over 10 minutes so it gets caught very specifically by the algorithm. Nah, forget all that. He was just making content that he really enjoyed making. Just talking to people and living his life. And I think that's kind of what I want to get after on my channel, because I constantly am like, oh, I should make a video, but I don't have enough gameplay, or oh, I should make a video, but I don't really have anything to talk about. And the reality is, like, it's not that I gotta make a video, it's that I want to make content. I want to create videos. I want to talk about the things that are happening in my world right now. And frankly, I just think it's really dumb that I'm not like consistently grinding out content talking about the things that are going on in my world, because what else am I doing, right? Why am I watching other people's content and dreaming of making my own when I could just grab my microphone, hop on Fortnite, play a couple duos, maybe get a win, clip the last 5 minutes. It's not like you gotta see the entire video, right? I don't gotta edit every single kill into like a super concise gameplay. I just make something and vibe and chat and just kind of be myself, right? And I think that's what I want to start doing moving forward. I've talked to Spencer, close friend of mine. He's my duo in this game, as you can see. And I've talked to him, and it's like, man, we got to make something. Like, why are we not making more stuff? And every time we talk about it, we make plans to do more in the future, and then we never do. So I might start a little podcast with him, just where we talk about, like, everything that we're into. We're both really into anime. We're both really into, like, movies and TV and stuff like that. So we're probably going to talk about The Last of Us when that comes out tomorrow. I might try and get him to do an episode with me first thing on Monday. Just a little quick review of Episode 1, Season 2 of The Last of Us. Talk about some other stuff in the gaming world. We're both huge gamers, obviously. Play a lot of, not just multiplayer games like Fortnite, but single player and stuff like that, too. So just having fun with it, and talking about things that we're interested in. We get on Discord every night, and we talk about all kinds of stuff. We do hypotheticals. We do all kinds of crazy off-the-wall crap, and then we don't make any content. We sit and we go, oh, I wish I could get back into YouTube. I wish I could get back into TikTok. I wish I'd do this. We don't do it, and it's a weird way to live. I think there's this quote where it's like, it's from Macklemore, where he says there's creativity for validation and there's creativity for survival, and they're very different places. And for me, that resonates so much with me, because it's not so much that I'm making this content to be validated. It's not so much that I want people to, like, hear me and see me. That's not what I'm going for. It's more so that, like, I want to make it. I want to be doing something. I want to be talking and speaking about my passions. And I mean, look, Fortnite is a huge passion of mine. Why am I not making videos every day, win, lose, or draw, about, like, hey, this is my favorite gun. Like, look, there's a ton of gameplay here with me using this thermal drum gun. I am dropping at the thermal drum gun, like, vault every single game. Why? Because if I don't have that gun in my hands, I feel naked. Like, I love Fortnite right now, and I'm loving the mythic weapons and the legendary weapons. Why am I not making content about that, like, every single day? Like, talking about, oh my god, like, all this stuff is so cool, like, you know, this gun or that gun, or, you know, this update or that update, or this skin or that skin. Let's just talk about, like, all the things that are going on from a gaming perspective, right? And that's not all I'm passionate about, right? Like, I just took a huge road trip with my wife. We went to Arizona, we ate a whole bunch of food, we went hiking, we saw a bunch of national parks, and the whole time I finished the last book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, which, if you don't know, is the Game of Thrones books, which are not caught up with the Game of Thrones show. In fact, they're very different from the Game of Thrones show. There's like 10 or 15 plot lines in those books that don't exist in the show. And it's like, oh, is this dude ever going to finish them? And the answer is probably not, because he just said a couple of days ago that these books aren't imminent, and the last one came out, what, like 15 years ago? You know, that's another huge thing that I love talking about, is like, you know, what's going on in the world of, like, Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire. Like, that's super, like, an area or, like, an entertainment piece that is super close to my heart. Like, I want to talk about the new show, that Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and House of the Dragon's coming back next year. I mean, it's going to suck that it's next year, but it is. You know, there's just so much to talk about. There's so much to do. There's so much to sink your teeth into from, like, a entertainment perspective. And that's all that making content is, right? It's just the opposite of consuming entertainment. It's making it. It's breathing life into your hobbies, right? When these Demon Slayer movies come out later this year and me and Spencer go see those in theaters, I'm going to want to talk about it with somebody. And who better to talk about it with than the entire world, right? NHL playoffs are about to start. My Blues are, like, potentially going to make the playoffs. If they lose in 4 games and, like, get swept against, like, I don't know, the Winnipeg Jets, I'm going to want to make content about it. You know, like, go back on my channel to some of my older videos. I may have deleted them, I don't know anymore. But, you know, you get the picture. Like, I talk about hockey a lot when I first made my channel. There's just a lot of stuff to talk about. And I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice by deciding what is entertaining enough to talk about. Because Alan Watts has this quote, you know, you'll find that I'm very into, like, the musings of superior men. Alan Watts has this quote where, you know, do what you love and forget about the money, because everybody's interested in everything. You know, I might upload 10 videos and only one person likes one of them, but that one person liked that video, so it's worth doing. And if I like my video, if that one person's me and I like my videos and I like my content, I think it's worth it, because at the end of the day, I'm just stimulating my mind and putting my thoughts out there, and just being active in some kind of a way, and not being a bystander in somebody else's content creation, right? That's such a weird concept to think about, because, you know, isn't it possible to just shut up and not do that? You know, Bo Burnham talks about that. Like, can anybody just shut up? And, I mean, the answer is yeah, I could. But I don't know if I want to. I might want to just talk about the things that make me happy, the things that I'm passionate about. I don't know. Let me know if this was a stupid rambling video, if you hated it. You probably did, because I didn't talk about anything important. But I'm going to bring more content to you guys soon. Like and subscribe. Comment down below what would you want me to talk about based on what I said I'm interested in. Cool. Later, gang.